20th, and it is 6:36. What a lovely number. So I wasn't going to go live right now. I was going to say this message for later, for when the sun actually came up. But the sun is rising, and I probably will capture the sun rising because it's looking beautiful right now. But I have a ton of downloads that I want to get through, and I want to start with saying the number 55 is significant. I have some notes here, so that's why I will be looking down at my tablet. Because look, and it goes on. I have so much to get through. All of this shit. So I want to start off with saying the number 55 is significant. 5 plus 5 is 10, which is completion and new beginnings are on the horizon. We're going we're going into January. According to the Matrix, we are going into the year of 2026, which is a 10 again, which reconfirms the number 55, endings and new beginnings. I have been getting downloads. I got a download about a corrupt police officer, and this corrupt police officer was actually, I saw in my dream at my childhood home, and he was running the license plates of different vehicles that were in my old driveway. And I went outside when I saw this police officer, and I confronted this police officer, checking him on what he was doing and letting him know that what he was doing was not right. He didn't have, I told him, something to the extent of not having a right to be on my property and running license plate tags. And he was surprised by me confronting him, and he looked really stupid. He's a goofy ass cop, whoever this person is. And again, I saw this man's face, and I never seen him a day in my life. I also want to say that the police keep coming through. I don't like these messages, but you might see somebody get arrested right in front of you. I know I did yesterday. Somebody got arrested and got marched right out of the mall. I woke up to somebody screaming, "Hi!" I woke up to the voice of a woman screaming. Like, I literally woke up and I saw two police cars side by side, and they had to have somebody in that vehicle, and it was probably the the woman that I was hearing screaming. So all these like different visions about the police corruption, it I didn't want to talk about it at first, but it keeps on being confirmed. And as I was saying earlier, I'm gonna be looking down because I'm looking at my tablet, and I'm going through these channel messages that I received. All right, let's see. Okay, so I woke up out of my sleep. It was like 5 a.m. and I was hearing that Jewel song. Jewel has a song, and it's like in the song she says, "We were meant to be. I was meant for you, and you were meant for me." Excuse me, but I cannot look up the exact words to that song. I know I channeled this song a long time ago, and I like Jewel, but I haven't listened to this song in a very long time, and I haven't heard this song in shorts either. Now, what is also funny is I kept being woken up out of my sleep. I saw two guitars, and again, I like in my dream, I was being put back in my childhood home. I saw two guitars. One of these guitars I do own. The other one is like this blue guitar. I don't own this guitar, this blue one. But someone had cut the strings to this guitar, and I ended up fronting the people that live in my home. And it's like something can be significant about someone getting a child to lie. I confronted these people about these strings that were cut from both of my guitars or guitars that I own. And again, I own one of them, the other one I don't know where it came from. And they were making something up. They said, "You gave it to me like that." And I'm sitting here and I'm checking these people. Again, I feel like I was going in and out of sleep. And I'm like, "Nah, I didn't give you these guitars. These guitars that I gave you, the strings were not cut because I know how to tune a guitar. And if I have a guitar in my possession, I'm looking at the strings. Obviously, I know that they haven't been cut if I gave them to you." All right. And these two people in my dream, I know both of these women. So these could be two corrupt people that is trying to get a child to lie. And then they're turning on each other because one person is blaming the other one for something. And this can be deeper than just someone cutting the strings of a guitar. It can be symbolic of something deeper. It could be symbolic of someone, of people in our energetic field playing around. Because I'm going to get back to confirmation about somebody being in it, our energetic field playing around, because somebody is definitely in mine. It's more than one person. They could be trying to stop a relationship from coming together, and I got 7% battery. So these two people, it seem like they trying to stop a relationship from coming together. Something trying to stop something from forming, or they're trying to stop something that's destined. It don't have to be a relationship, even though it could be. It could be a talent. Um, and the funny thing about that dream is that the singer Jewel plays the guitar. Back to like people playing in our energetic field. Yesterday, I received a phone call from somebody from a company, somebody from a company. And like this person, I believe he's a warlock, sending confusion spells and sending people. I know for a fact, but they don't know that I know that they had people coming up against me, people to, because they want me to be quiet about a lot of things that I saw that were going on. And I was speaking up. And what these people do is they will isolate you. They will first befriend you and they will act like they're your friend. They will act like they're there for you. They act like they want to help you. They act like they like you, and then they turn on you. It takes sometimes take these people around 30 days. It don't have to be that long for their mask to fall off. Their mask to fall off. But there will always be signs and synchronicities. Like you will hear shit. Not that you would just hear it from what somebody else said, but you will hear things and see things for yourself. But it takes a while for that energy to cycle back, and then for you to start experiencing the nonsense from these people. So for the person that said I had two ride or die friends, and when I stopped drinking and partying, it was over. Just drinking buddies. That's true. That's very true. And thank you for saying that, because I don't drink anymore either. And the funny thing about not drinking anymore is that, so you get to the point, so you don't drink anymore. I don't drink anymore either. I got to the point where I bullshit you not. I went on a job interview, and this I was on the phone with a recruiter, and he was sending me to a warehouse. and he was asking me how many hours I wanted to work. I told him I want to work as many hours as I can. And he told me that he had another warehouse that what that they manufactured, or they like no, they distributed beer. And I was like thinking to myself, well, I don't want to go to that warehouse. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have anything to worry about because he's not sending me there. Lo and behold, I get to my interview and it's at a facility where they transport alcohol. And I was like, damn, all these different scenarios kept on happening to get me back to a place where I was around alcohol. And it was like, this was the second job that done this, the second time that this shit has happened. But then, like after that, after the two jobs that they try to, two different jobs try to get me to work for them, and they distributed alcohol. I'll be on a job. One of the last jobs that I was on, these people, somebody ordered alcohol up to the job. Like, okay, no, I was in a, let me start over. I was in a meeting, in the, like one of the head guys, like an acting plant manager, was saying how he brought beer to a job before. And I'm like, well, why? What the hell is he bringing up this random ass story? And then it was either later that night, because I used to work the night shift. It was like either later that night or the next day. Somebody ordered like some fucking Crown alcohol, and this girl drank it in the bathroom, and then they drank it out in the car on the break, and they came back and they messed up some shit at work. And I was like, I don't have no parts of that. I don't want nothing to do with it, but ended up messing up like a big ass order, and it was crazy. It was super crazy that I kept on being put in scenarios with people would be drinking in front of me at work, or I would end up being around someone, living with somebody, and all they did was drink, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's crazy how you be on the right path and temptation will just, it be right there in front of your face without you even like realizing that you're walking into temptation, or the enemy is trying to get you to walk into temptation or go back to your old ways and shit like that. But anyway, not anyway, but thank you for sharing that story, because I have been wanting to share the experience for a while, and I was like, I'll just put it on the back burner for a different time. And lastly, not lastly, but this is gonna be long, and I only got like 5%, so I'll probably come back on later, because I want to touch on the subject of warlocks being in our energy, and how to spot these people and what they do, and how they become frustrated when their mask falls off and when they cannot fool us. So I will come back later.